Okay, we are live and hello and welcome back to another live show on women's cricket. And obviously, we are focusing on the ongoing five-match T20I series between India women and Sri Lanka women. And tomorrow, we are going to see the third match of the series. As we all know, that India have been super dominant so far over Sri Lanka. They have been too good, I will say, and they are leading 2-0 in this series. And tomorrow, the third match is going to happen. All the remaining three matches of the series is going to happen in you know in Kerala. And Tushadi has joined us from Kerala only. Tushadi, obviously, match day -1. So today, both teams have had their press conferences and had their practice sessions also. Tushadi attended all those sessions. And Tushadi will come to you regarding that only, all the updates from the practice. So let's start with the Indian practice sessions. What are the updates from the Indian practice sessions regarding especially Renuka Singh Thakur and Deepti Sharma fitness? Anything important that you have noticed or you have found out from the press conferences and the practice session that you have observed?
Yeah, I think Renuka, I did not see Renuka here in the practice session at all. But
Mhm.
according to coach Amol Majumdar, Renuka is fit,
Mhm.
but she's not fitting the combination. That's why they're going with somebody else. It's very interesting that your lead bowler is not even fitting the combination. But,
Okay.
it happens. Probably, I'm guessing they're giving her a little break. Tomorrow, I think one big change, we'll see Harleen Deol coming in place of Jemima Rodriguez at number three
Okay.
because I mean, Amol Majumdar avoided saying Jemmy had an injury, but what he said was she's taking a mandatory rest. I'm not 100% sure what is a mandatory rest, but I'm guessing what he meant was there is niggle somewhere, and so she's resting it out, which is perfectly understandable. You don't want an unfit Jemmy at all.
Yes.
Um, the other thing that I noticed is G. Kamalini was showing to Akansha, the physio, something of a niggle at her back. She did go inside after the warm up, and um, I'm not sure what happened inside the dressing room. Obviously, I have no access to that. But then she has now come out to just towards the end, she has come out to bat. In fact, the other update is Sajivan is here
Yes.
and she's bowling at the nets to um, Deepti Sharma and G. Kamalini. The other update is, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, Deepti is back. Deepti is fine. That's what Amal Mazumdar also confirmed in the press conference. Deepti is fine and available. Um, did not ask him about the combination tomorrow because knowing Indian players and Indian coach, I was quite sure that he was not going to give a Seedha answer. He would have said, everyone fits in the combination. We will see tomorrow morning, which he said when somebody asked him about if he has given a thought about the playing 11. The other thing the other thing in the press conference I found a little unsatisfactory as far as the answer is concerned, which is I had asked him that, you cannot say that India is a bad fielding side. You cannot claim that. You cannot claim that India is one of the best fielding sides because of the inconsistency. One day you are one of the best, one day, you look absolutely childish. So what has been the conversation around that? The answer to that was that we do have conversations, long conversations, short conversations about all four skills, fitness as well. So batting, bowling, fitness, and fielding. Uh, I understand in the team they will obviously talk about everything. They are not so. I had expected probably he'll come up with a better answer. He did not. Um, that's about it. I think apart from that, one thing when you were talking about the press conference, I think everyone inside, first of all, it was mostly local media. It was one more reporter from Hindu, and I am here. But mostly, other than that, it's local media. So very interestingly, when Chamadi Atabatu came, and when Amol Majumdar came, it almost felt like Sri Lanka is 2-0 up. She was that relaxed and smiling, and India is 2-0 down. But what I like about Chamari Atabatu is she's very, very relaxed and calm in the press conference. Anytime you ask her anything, she absolutely has a smile on her face and explains something which Harleen Deol actually does very well in her press conference. So yes, I think that's about it. We can talk in details about the rest later.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And I think Tushadi, we both were there before the World Cup opener, Uday World Cup opener in Guwahati. Same situation. Chamari Atabatu came with full confidence, full smiling, and out of nowhere, what we were expecting that okay, Harmanpreet Kaur will be more relaxed and all, prepared and all.
Yeah,
She was looking very
yeah,
tired, very tensed, I will say, just
tense.
before the World Cup opener. But yeah, I think Chamari Atabatu has been such a character for a long, long time now. She always
And by the
very
way,
relaxed.
do you remember she had said that, if not Sri Lanka, I would want an
Exactly.
Asian team to win the World Cup?
Exactly.
Today she brought that
Exactly.
up. She said, I am
Lovely.
extremely proud that an Asian team has won the World Cup.
Lovely.
So,
Lovely.
you know, it's such a good thing to hear from a legend like her because make no mistake, whatever runs she has made, how many matches she has won or not won for Sri Lanka. The point is, and this is something that I've not been able to explain to a lot of people, it also matters how much you have carried the team. It's not about the results always because ultimately, results come when all 11 probably are in the same
Exactly.
standard, skill standard. But there are certain players who have not got their due over the years, be it Indian legends, be it Chamari Atapattu, because probably the match results aren't that good.
Mm.
Probably they don't have the trophies, but the way Chamari Atapattu has carried Sri Lanka on her shoulders, hats off to her. And even then, smiling, being relaxed, it's fantastic. And the way she spoke about the problems, she just openly said, Snehashish, that our power game is not good enough for this format. We have to concentrate on that. Our middle order has to step up and perform. Yes, at the top, you will try to go for runs, you will miss hit, but the middle order has to do a better job because we are not finishing games. Even when we are beginning well, which is the truth, the moment
Mhm.
Chamari Atapattu is getting out, the middle order has no answer. And she also was very supportive of Shashini Gimhani. She said, look, she's just a kid. So I had actually asked Chamari. Mostly it was the reporter from Hindu and me only asking, of course. It was almost a private conversation going on, both in case of Amol sir and Chamari. So I asked Chamari Atapattu that, she's so raw, she's so young, and she has had two terrible games. What did you tell her? And she started laughing. She said, exactly. I just went and told her, you are playing against players who not only play in India, and like they are solid Indian players, have been playing for India for a long time. They have also played franchisee cricket all the world over. So if they are hitting you, does not make you a bad bowler. It is part of the whole experience, and you will become much better eventually. And she said, as a senior, my role is to give freedom to the kids, tell the young girls, and make sure that they don't forget to enjoy the game. Fantastic.
Fantastic. I think as a youngster, this kind of words you expect to hear from your captain, from your leader. And I think that
Absolutely.
will help, and that will help any player going forward. Absolutely. When you are playing against India, we all know the batting lineup of India, experienced batters, especially when we are playing in India. It is very difficult
Yeah.
for any youngsters. So I think the way I think Chamari Atabato has handled the situation, and now she has spoken that what kind of messages that she is sending to the youngster. I think it has been fantastic, as you mentioned, Tushari. But Tushari, what you said that so Chamari Atabato pointed out that the strike rate issue that is happening in the middle order, that they are not converting the singles, doubles, and not managing those boundary balls count.
Absolutely. And she also spoke about the power game. She was very unhappy with she clearly said that our power game has to be better if we have to match the bigger teams in this format. And that specifically mentioning this format
It is
actually is brilliant, That shows her knowledge of the game. That shows how much she thinks about the game. Because yes, in ODIs probably you can build innings and get out. But in T20I, you need that power from at least one, two players. Having said that, if you look at the Sri Lanka nets, I think all the batters were struggling, and all the batters were struggling against Sri Lankan spinners who haven't been the best and have been bowling short. Just by the way, they have been bowling extremely short in the nets.
in the net
But
zone.
then the batters, yeah, and the batters are struggling there. If the batters are struggling in the nets, it's very difficult for them because see, Sri Lankan spinners probably apart from say Inoka Ranavija are still not up to the mark. So if they're not
Definitely.
up to the mark and then the Indian spinners are coming in, when you're struggling against this level only, you don't expect them to score. That's a bit of a problem.
Absolutely. And I think again, as you mentioned, Tushari, that if your spinners are bowling short only in nets, then this is a huge problem as a bowling unit also. I think this is what we have been discussing for the last two matches, that Sri Lanka spinner could have been a bit better with the line and lengths. They are bowling too much short
Correct.
deliveries. And that is very easy for
Correct.
Indian batters to put away. And I think if your bowling unit is doing the same thing in the nets, then it is a very bad thing. And then you are saying that against those deliveries only your batters are struggling. Then this is a big what is thing. So I think lot of things,
Absolutely.
lot of things that Sri Lankan batters and bowlers need to work on to mark
The only
anything in this
batter
in
who
this
looked
ongoing.
The only batter who looked a little comfortable was mostly Chamari Atabatu, but even she was struggling at times. So Vishmi Gunaratne actually got an extended throwdown session where she was practicing with her top hand only. She was trying the knocking with the top hand. I think mostly trying to not repeat what happened in the last game. There's too much of bottom hand in the beginning
Yes.
of the innings. So second ball itself she got out. But yeah, mostly they actually look the weaker side, and that's not good. But also here, I would like to say, Snehashish, Chamari Atapattu mentioned that it was a conscious effort from the selectors to get in a young side because it was that decision was taken right after the World Cup that we want to induce youngsters, and not only in this series, from what she said in the press conference, even in the West Indies and Bangladesh series, quite a few youngsters will be tried and tested, and then before going to England, they will decide on the 15. Because what she said is we have decided on 5, 6 seniors, but there are 5, 6 other seniors and 5, 6 juniors whom we will rotate in these three series, and then we will take those 15. So one thing good is they have clarity in their thoughts.
Yes.
Now, important part would be the execution. Important part would be, how do the players? You cannot only depend on selectors or
Hmm.
Chamari Atapatu on putting a vision. You also have to
Point.
have the players stepping up and executing, which is what Snehashish I have thought has been the problem because I don't think Vishmi Gunaratne is a youngster anymore. By age, yes. By
Exactly.
match experience, no. So she definitely has a like for example, you are not going to call Shafali Verma inexperienced. You will still call her young, but not inexperienced. It's the same thing with Vishmi Gunaratne. And by now,
Point.
results should have been there consistently. I think that's clearly a problem. But good thing to see is Chamari Atapattu is in no mood to pause and say, oh, you know what. In fact, they in bowling also. Somebody asked about bowling. She said, you know what's happening is every time in the second innings the dew is worse. So
Hmm.
it's
Point.
very difficult for the bowlers to grip the ball. Having said that, you cannot give that as an excuse at this level. So I don't want to use that as an excuse. Our bowlers have to bowl better. That's what you want to hear from a captain. Because
Yes.
honestly, this is something that I think I had written and I had spoken in the live that if you are playing an evening game and all T20I matches, T20I
Yes.
what, even
They
franchise
will be
matches are
there.
all evening games.
Yes.
And they will be there. You can't
Hmm.
stop it. The kind of hot and humid, the humidity here, I'm quite sure there will be a lot of dew here as well. If
Hmm.
today afternoon at one point there was a cool breeze blowing, if that breeze stays on, which today at least it hasn't stayed on, then maybe the dew can be a little less, but otherwise there will be a lot of dew in the second half. So every time you're bowling second, you cannot complain that dew is the problem.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Dew is nothing, not something new that is happening surprisingly at this stage of the game, or at this time of the year in India. This is
Exactly.
something that you would expect, and all these players have played enough cricket over the years, and they know these things. So this is not something new. You have to handle that thing. Okay, so these are all of the updates from both the camps, both their press conferences and practice sessions. But before going to
No,
the
no,
comments,
practice,
Krishadi,
India practice session, I did not say, no. India practice session
oh,
began with the usual warm-up drills, and then there
one,
were specific fielding drills for wicket-keeping drills for Richa.
okay.
And then there were two sets of fielders, two groups made. One was doing the short catching with Munish Bali, and the other group was being given periscopic catches by Amol Majumdar, in which Shafali actually dived in front and dropped one of the catches. But in general, the Indians were doing pretty well. Um, Wicket keeping drill two, I think Richa was doing very well, but that's about it. And then all of them came out to bat, and all of them were in such a mood that half the time the ground staffs, trying to lay down the boundary line and all that, had to run for cushion. Especially Shafali Verma. Shafali Verma was in no mood to respect any bowler, clearly. And you know which bowler always demands a lot of respect. That's Arundhati. He's never happy. But one bowler, and this was happening in both the nets. So basically, one net was Shafali Smriti, the other net was Harleen Richa, and all of
Hmm.
them were in no mood to see the ball around themselves. Harleen was striking pretty well, which is a good sign. So this net, in the Shafali Smriti net, it was Arundhati bowling, Vaishnavi bowling, and Sneh Rana bowling, along with two other net bowlers. In the other one, it was Deepti Sharma and Sri Charani Amanjot Kaur bowling, along with again two other net bowlers. Amanjot trying her variations, especially what from what I saw from a distance, Avishkar Salvi was asking her to bowl that slower ball to Richa,
Cut it.
which,
Hmm.
yeah, the cutter to Richa, which I think she did bowl, but she was landing them as full tosses more often than not. Um, the outstanding bowler among all these was, and that was very satisfying as well as surprising, as far as I'm concerned, was Vaishnavi Sharma. I think she was someone who was able to keep at least Shafali and Smriti quite a few times. And mostly, what the difference was, all the other bowlers were trying to get them out. Whereas Vaishnavi was just trying to maintain that middle leg line.
Hmm.
So it was very difficult for someone like Shafali to, yes, some of the shots she was hitting, if it was too much on the leg side, then she would stay on the further on the leg side of the
Yes,
ball,
across
make
the
space in
line.
the offside and hit. Absolutely.
Hmm.
No, she was playing, yeah,
With the
and
hmm.
with correct. And Smriti was just standing tall and trying to hit, but Vaishnavi is bowling that middle leg line very well and quite what do you call that, consistently, which is why
Consistent.
she has been difficult to put away. So
Yes.
yeah, right. Deepti also hit two humongous sixes the moment
Nice.
she came out to bat. G. Kamalini was taking throwdowns mostly.
Hmm.
And then Sajna came and Sajna was bowling. The first ball that Sajna bowled, actually Deepthi was LBW. And before before that, when Sajna came, she met Kamalini and then Smriti. She had not met Deepthi. Then she bowled and she met Deepthi, and she was just poking her because she got out. I mean, that's what people do. And on the other hand, Smriti and Shafali, after taking a break, they again came back and they were knocking this time round. Shafali was doing both. She was hitting a few balls with her top hand and a few with her bottom hand only. But Smriti was only doing the top hand hitting, top hand knocking stuff. Um,
Yes.
and in the end, I think two of the most valuable batters of the team went out to bat. No points for guessing. That's in Sri Charani on one side. And I think Charni at one point was not very happy because she was not sure when will she get batting. She was holding her bat and asking when is my turn coming? Come on, everybody is hitting sixes. Time for me to bat. But yes, I think in the end, Vaishnavi and Charni went to bat, and Harmanpreet was hitting a few.
I
But
think. Yeah.
yeah, I think Shafali, Smriti, and Richa will be the standouts of the
Yes.
practice.
Yes, absolutely. Lovely detailed updates from the Indian net sessions. So that is all the updates from the net
I
session.
am
But we should
making you guys feel like you're here. Absolutely.
exactly, exactly. And Tushati, before moving to few comments, uh, what
Yeah,
kind of uh, what kind of a pitch that you're expecting from in tomorrow's game?
flat, flat.
Flat,
It's a flat
Mhm.
pitch.
Flat pitch
In
and
fact,
the taking.
Chamari Atabatu said the same thing. Yeah, Chamari Atabatu said the same thing. That it's a flat track and a lot of runs is expected. From what I saw, it's a very good track and there should be runs. Of course, again, toss would be a good factor. But again, that question I asked Amol sir, that is there any any conversation about now you have chased two matches? Are you going to
Mhm.
challenge yourself and bat first? He said, we don't need to challenge ourselves. The matches where the pitch is such that when we get batting first, we bat first. Otherwise, we bowl first. So,
Done. Yes. Okay, Trishadi, can you take some comments
let's
from
take,
there?
yeah, yeah. Also, just by the way, if you're in this part of the country, this is December. How are you guys remembering? I can't remember. In the afternoon when I came, the sun was beating down.
And here
The
in
sun was
Kolkata, it's
beating down.
super cold. Here in Kolkata,
Yeah,
it's
that
super cold.
when I'm talking to my mother is like, it's so cold, and I'm like, send it here because I have actually got my hoodies and I don't know where to wear them now. Okay, let's go to the comment section. Yeah. Um, Prince of World, I didn't see Jemmy practicing today. Why? Because she's resting. Mandatory rest is what Amol sir says. Shailesh, Merry Christmas. God bless you all, family members. Thank you so much, Shailesh.
My
And right
Christmas.
back at you. Merry Christmas, guys. Prince of World, everyone enjoying Christmas holiday with their families, but you both working. Big, big respect, guys. Hats off to you. Thank you. At least
Yes.
Bhai is with his family. I'm not even with my family, but no complaints because I enjoyed it. So that's fine. But a big, Merry Christmas to you guys. Maybe when I'm back in the hotel, I'll try and see if I can get a cake or something. Sports fan says, Merry Christmas, guys. Okay, everybody is in Christmas
Merry
mood.
Christmas.
Snehachush, have you been to Park Street?
I have been to Park Street not today. I went on 20th. On 20th, I was there in Park Street. Already the lights were there. Before 1 week only the
Hmm.
lights get
Yeah.
Park Street get all the decorations and all. So the lights
Yeah.
were there. Already people that day only so many people, and I can understand what is the number of people right now in Park Street. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Prince of World, about Hurleen batting practice. Hurleen was obviously trying to hit from ball one, but look, I think it will take a little time. Not everyone is meant to hit from ball one, but the short balls, she was hitting them really well.
Mhm.
Apart from that, I think she was struggling a little against Amanjot's slowers, though they were not landing, but at least those full toss slowers, she was struggling a little. But overall, I would say that she was not looking that bad. Um, okay. Prince of World. Yesterday, when Team India came to Thiruvananthapuram, they took Jemmy alone. Yes, because exactly what is the nature of her injury, or if she has an injury at all, is not being told to us. Amol sir just said that she's a little unwell and just a mandatory rest. And she's under the watchful eyes of the physio and doctors. I'm guessing it's not extremely serious, but definitely I do think that today also she has not come for practice, so definitely she's not playing tomorrow. And look, it's understandable. You're 2-0 up. This Sri Lanka team does not even look like a team that can challenge you. You don't want to stretch, and stretch rather, or push Jemmy into
Exactly.
this. So, yeah. Kavya Jain says, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Um, Kavya Jain, is Dipti Sharma in playing 11 tomorrow? Yes. She
Yes.
was bowling, so she is definitely there. But again, it would be interesting to see um, India goes with an all-spin attack, because I did not see Kranti Gaur bowling. That's something I was
Okay.
thinking of saying.
Mm.
Kranti didn't practice, Renuka didn't practice, Jemmy didn't practice. So maybe Amanjot,
Arundhati
Arundhati are your pacers, and then four
and
spinners.
mm.
Yeah. Satvik Bagaria, Trishan Sneashish will change of venue, change the fortunes for Sri Lanka women. If practice is something to go by, then
Very
yeah.
difficult.
Very difficult to be
Very
honest.
difficult.
Again, we have been saying this, and at the cost of sounding like a broken record, I will repeat this. If Chamari Atapatu gets going,
Mm.
then it will be a different thing. And other thing which we need to see is if India is batting first.
Yes.
Because if you go back and think of Sri Lanka's success during the Asia Cup or during the Tri Nation series, it
While
mostly
chasing.
comes when they have a target, yeah, while chasing. When they're batting first, they are probably confused to go for 180, 160,
Mm.
140 and end up 120. Um, I don't think I'm complaining much. You get early days off. Um, Kavya Jain, 150 wickets milestone for Deepti Sharma, just 3 wickets away. Oh, Deepti
Yes.
will break many more records because she's
Yes.
definitely going to play for many more years. One player who has been very rarely injured, right, Snehashish?
Yes.
Barely Deepti has been injured, and touch wood. Yeah. फिर पता चले इंजर्ड हो गए सब मेरे को ही ढूंढने लग गए. That's about it from the comment section.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, I think all the updates are done, all the comments are done also. And obviously today Christmas, I can understand that so many people are busy, enjoying the Christmas. So thank you guys for joining in. Thank you guys. Thank you, Trishadi, for joining in. I just
There's
wish you go
another
back.
comment. Let's stack it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Honestly, Kavya Jain is saying, honestly, Deepti Sharma is the very underrated cricketer and she's the
Yeah.
biggest asset as she can bowl in all three phases and she can also improve a lot in her batting. She has improved a lot in her
Yeah.
batting. The two sixes that she hit right now while practicing is something you would not associate with Deepti come 2014, the 2024, sorry, not 14, you know. So I think in this past 1 year, the way
Yeah. That's been
Deepti
fantastic.
Sharma has molded her batting has
Mm.
been just absolute pleasure to watch. Satri, can Smriti Mandana play a long innings tomorrow? In the last two matches, she got out early. The brutal shots are good. They have been hitting the sound boxes, the chairs, the all that. But in between, she's mistiming as well. So, and
Mm.
especially, and unfortunately, she was mistiming quite a few snare runner deliveries, which is again that off spinner issue. Um, with Vaishnavi too, if you tuck her too much on her leg, she is finding it a little difficult.
Difficult.
With Aru, again, see, the problem is with Smriti, this is one complaint that I'll always have that she has the same problems and somehow she's not able to get out of the same issue. Aru bowled
Mm.
Sneha, she remember that typical outside
Yes.
off short ball.
Mm.
She again edged that, under edged that.
Mm. Exactly. I think I think this has been a problem. For some time now. For some time now. Be it the against the right arm off spinner, be it against the left arm spin in the ODI World Cup, we also see, and as you mentioned, against the pacers also when they are bowling that right outside of the off stumps. I think there is some net issue. I think from Trishadi's side. I think there is a net issue. I have to check. 1 second. 1 second. I have to check. Okay, I think there's some net issue. Let's see. Okay, I think all the comments are done and dusted. Actually, I'm not being able to take the comments. I think yeah, I think there's a net issue. Let's see if Tushari managed to come back or not. But as we discussed, all the latest update from 1 second. Yeah, all the latest update from both teams, practice sessions, and obviously the press conferences. Tomorrow, definitely in Kerala, we are going to see the third match. India has a chance with another win to back the series, and then obviously in the next two matches, they have more chances to experiment. See, ultimately, all these matches, the main focus is the T20 2026 World Cup. So before that World Cup, whatever experiment that you want to do, whatever whoever player that you wants to try, this series, these matches are going to be your opportunity, and I think India is planning according to that only. Okay, I think there is some net issue. That is why maybe Tushari might be struggling to make a comeback. So as of now, let's then close out the show. Thank you guys for joining in. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the remaining time of Christmas. Enjoy that, be safe, and definitely we will come back with the live shows tomorrow for both the pre-match and post-match. Thank you guys.